I don't want to start this. Just like many other things that I did not want to start. I don't feel comfortable speaking in front of a camera. And this is exactly why I'm talking to a camera right now. You see, I grew up not being really comfortable approaching people, or I struggled making friends. Let's just say that. I struggled making friends as a child. And that came from many reasons. One of the biggest reasons was that I kept moving between countries. I was first born in Syria, which I had a smooth childhood, I would say, like a regular childhood. Then I moved to Saudi Arabia. And as an immigrant there, I struggled a lot to make friends, especially that I was in a school that was full of Saudis, and I was the only non-Saudi in there. You see, Saudis are nice people, but they really love their own people. There is a lot of racism between tribes, and Assyrians that just came from Syria, they're not really gonna accept that. So that made me a little bit worried about approaching people. So when I moved to Canada, I was introduced to many cultures, but I still had that fear of getting rejected, or the worry that I'm not enough, or that I'm not cool enough, or that people don't want to hang out with me. Every time that I see someone and I want to be their friend and I want to approach them, I remember those moments where I used to approach people, or like my classmates in Saudi, and I would get rejected. So you could say that my brain was just coded to avoid that, and to always seek fitting in the community that I'm in, because that's something that I did not achieve in the past. So all of this is to bring us to what I wanted to say, is that to fight that discomfort, in the second year of university, it was the year right after COVID. I didn't have many friends because most of the classes were online. So I went to a coffee shop and I just approached random strangers actually, like a friendly group, and that was a huge discomfort for me, because I was like, I don't know this person, or what should I say? And what turned out is that it doesn't really matter what you say to that person that you want to, like, whether making friends is your goal. It doesn't really matter what you say to them. You're never gonna, like, you might remember what you said, or you might not remember what you said, but it doesn't matter, because that person that I approached at that coffee shop in second year of university, and that I randomly approached, turned out to be one of my closest friends in a significant period of my life in Canada, and we traveled to Mexico together. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that comfort doesn't really matter, or you have to always seek discomfort, especially when you're in your highest comfort, because that comfort that you will be feeling is not going to help you in the long run. And that brings me back to what I said in the beginning of this video. I don't want to do this. And this is exactly why I'm doing it. Because you see, like, making content and making videos has always been something that I wanted to do. But staring at the camera, never been my thing. I like being behind the camera. Maybe I don't like the editing as much, but I like turning ideas into realities. And for me to do that, I think it's time that I hop behind the camera. I'm going to hold myself accountable every single day to make a video like this. What am I going to speak about? I have no idea, to be honest. I'm probably going to speak about my emotions, my day, and I'm also going to practice how to speak. Because I feel like it's good to practice it. That's why I'm pausing, because I don't want to say or or I don't want to use filler words. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope that my videos, not a lot of people find this, but I'm going to be shooting a video updating and like documenting my journey for the next 100 days. This could be my journal. A way for me to reflect on my days, a way for me to reflect on my emotions, and to see where this will take us. And also, in the meantime, I will practice my talking skills, and I will also be more comfortable talking to a camera, and it will definitely benefit me somehow. And you know what? When I'm 100 years, I would love to 100 years old. Maybe I'm not going to live until 100 years old. But when I'm 7 years old, or let's say my grandkids see those videos and they're in their 20s and they're lost and they have no freaking idea what they're doing or what's happening, and then they look at me, hopefully I'll be alive, and then they see how successful I am and how knowledgeable I am, and hopefully I'll be a person that they look up to. They will see that those struggles are normal, and hopefully that they will appreciate their journey and appreciate the struggles that they're going through. Because without those struggles and without those ups and downs that we're facing, and without those down points, we're not really gonna appreciate the up moments, and we're not gonna appreciate the position that we're gonna reach in the future. I guess what sometimes happens is that we doubt ourselves. We question if we're ever gonna make it. And I don't like, and by make it I mean be successful or reach our goals or etc. And I don't blame us, because there's a lot of people that don't make it in this life. Now, I think using the word or the term make it is quite broad, because it's different from person to person. But I think what I mean by make it is be financially comfortable, having financial freedom, having a house, taking care of your family, being a good father, raising good kids. That's, I think, what I mean by make it. But yeah, there are a lot of examples of people, for example, depending on your family, but in my family there's a lot of people that didn't make it, and they ended up living on their parents, or they they just, they struggled financially, I guess. But I think that what's important is what you truly believe in your brain. And I think, I always say that. My mom said that I was special when I was young, and I truly like to believe that. You can say I'm delusional, but they will always say that you're delusional until you actually make it. So maybe I'm delusional, maybe I'm a genius, and I guess that's what we're gonna find out.